Every man has his techniques, and they're all different. And when you know mine, you'll be dead.
All right. Hello, everyone. This is going to be, I guess, like another bonus episode of Dead Air Radio. I'm your host, Steve Fletch. I have my co-host here, Mitch Hartman. Guess we had some people asking about our setups, so we're going to go over that quick. We both got packages today in the mail.
Yeah.
I guess that goes from, right? Got shoes.
Yeah.
What'd you
So
get?
what'd you get?
I got the Jelvicas.
Of course, and I got the pens.
There you go.
This orange and off. It's pretty much white colorway.
It's like a cream, like a vintage.
Yeah, it's like just slightly off white. I like these. I think they might like the sole feels a little softer, which is like this. I mean, it's the same like sole like that the last ones I've had that we loved, but just a little more give to it. They might have like done something to change it a little, but in general, it feels great.
Awesome, and they fit the same.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't tried them on, but I haven't had a pair of Japans that fit differently yet. Like everyone's been pretty consistent.
They're cool. They're more muted than I thought they were going to be. Like it's actually like
when I saw orange as opposed to like a red, I was like, oh, I don't know, but no, it's like a burnt orange. It's cool.
And you're going to keep the orange laces in?
I don't know. I'm on the fence.
Did you get two sets of laces with them?
Yeah, they came with. They're like that same like that just off of white color.
That's really cool.
It's funny. I always ran.
Where'd you get yours from?
From Blue Flowers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tennessee.
They hooked it up, and then you got yours from 35th Ave, right?
35th Ave. Yep. Yeah, and these came with black laces too. I thought it was cool. They came with the two different colored laces.
Yeah.
And I put the black in, and I thought that was going to be the way to go, but I took them right out. And it's funny. So I haven't had these new since I had the first, like the navy and black ones when Rob sent me those. So they do have tongue straps, and it's funny. I traded with somebody because we had the wrong size shoes. So I traded, and I got a pair of Jelvicas and all. They were like light gray or white or like an all cream or something.
Gray ones with the white.
And they don't have tongue straps, but these do. But I've never seen that white cream color, so they could have been. I don't know what they were.
Yeah, maybe they're samples or something.
Yeah, and then I guess again, I went 9 in these. I go 9 in the Japans. Like these are definitely a snugger 9, but I'm actually like really hyped on this. Rob told me he goes like half size down in these, which is crazy.
Yeah, I've heard everybody say half size up.
Yeah, for me it's true to size, and they're snug but good. And yeah, he said half a size down, and I was like, man.
Yeah, they were too tight on me, but it's because that shoe is narrow and I have such a wide foot. But that's why I'm like, the Japan is perfect for me. Like that wide toe box, like right here, is like ideal for my foot. Like that fits me like a glove. And yeah, I'm a 10 in pretty much everything. I'm like a 10.5 in dunks, but I'm a 10 in these, and they fit like a dream, dude. They're like exactly what I want to do. Like your foot doesn't shift around, but it's like just right. Fit that way.
Yeah. Mitch, what's that? The new, what is it? The 480, the New Balance, like the, their dunk style, like 480s.
Yeah, the one they just put out as like a version.
And I told you that. I think we got into this already, but I remember trying those on and my foot fell out. Like they sucked. They had heel slip like crazy. I was so happy.
Like, cool. Yeah, I wonder if that's something they fixed in this version too.
Oh, maybe that would be good. But
and then they just started releasing that one in a wide. Wow. It's like the first wider skate, like designated wide, like a regular New Balance would.
Yeah, not the Tom Knox, but the shoe Tom Knox always wore. What are those?
That's not the 440.
That's the 440, right? And so they have those. I was talking about what's the 480? The one that looks like
the 480. Yeah, the 480 is like the dunk.
That's what I was.
One.
Yeah,
but, sorry. The 440 is the one that they just put a version 2 out of.
And in the wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a friend of mine had the wides, and he was like, "This is the way to go."
Yeah. He actually messaged me about those too because he knows I have a wide foot.
Yeah, he was like, "This is like a game changer." But super hyped. I'm a sucker for olive shoes, so olive, brown, any of those colors. So this was like, had to get
Yeah,
these.
it's a good color combo.
Yeah, so thank you, David 35th, for getting those out quick.
I know yours made it across the country in the same day mine made it from Tennessee.
Yeah, it's I usually ordering stuff from him, it comes super quick. Like I've had stuff come in like 2 days. So
yeah, it's crazy cross country.
All right.
But then other stuff you get takes a week and a half. And I try not to order shoes online just because they're so weird and like hard to fit. But these, at least I know consistently, have always fit the same way. So I'm just running them.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, no, it's nice. And then Bunger, the shop I made, hopefully getting them in, and that'll be cool because I can just try stuff on there.
Yeah.
But I haven't had issues with all the shoes I've had from them. They all fit the same, which has been great. It's like, good to know because, yeah, then I can order from everybody.
Yeah, it's interesting that this release was only 2 shoes.
Yeah, but it's a weird time of year. It's kind of smart.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm loving the Vic, but can't wait to see what the new release colors are.
Yeah. Yeah, I still love those. And those you do true to size? You do 10 and a half
Yep.
and those are 10?
10s. Yeah, I'm 10s.
You do 10s in those, okay. And those I go half a size down. I get 8.5s in the Vic MBD. But I love them. I loaded up on those brown ones, the brown with the orange.
Yeah, I just got a second pair just to have them.
All right, so we're getting into our setups since we had people asking about our setups.
Oh, hold on. Before we get into that,
mm-hmm.
I just have to mention, we posted on Instagram, but my friend Anthony does Philly custom rugs, and he made this awesome Dead Air logo rug for my office. Like, we can pop a picture up here, but I just wanted to say thank you. Like, dude, it's so cool. It's like 4 feet by 4 feet, like a square in the middle of the room. It's like exactly what I wanted to be. He crushed it. So I just wanted to say thank you.
And then if anybody wants one, they could hit him up at Philly
Custom Rugs. Yeah, he does really cool stuff. Check out the page.
Yeah, you can get your own Element floor rug or Bam Heartogram.
That'd be amazing. You're going to see Bam on Saturday.
Yeah. Now I got to rush to edit this. So,
come on.
Where are you seeing Bam on Saturday?
Dude, Nomad Supply in Doylestown. He's coming to hang out for the day. They made he picked a bunch of artists and had them submit graphics. And he picked 10 that he liked, and they made 50 of each board. So there's like 500 boards there. But he's coming to sign a bunch and hang out and do whatever. So if you're in PA, Bam's going to be there on Saturday. Steve's going to get this edited by Friday. I'll post a picture of me and Wallman.
What's Wallman?
Oh, come on. Transworld Feedback. They're at FDR. And all the random dudes that are there are like, oh, Wallman.
I don't know. I remember the Dylan Van England part in that. I think that's about it.
Oh, yeah. For years we've called him Wallman just because it's like, oh, yeah, it's that. That's what those random guys called him.
I'll have to brush up on my Transworld Feedback. Blair's going to fire me now.
Yeah, look at me making Transworld references.
We'll segue into our setups.
Yeah, so much conversation about setups and shit we like and stuff we don't that people ask what we ride. So
yeah, so I guess and you have your board with you, Mitch?
Yeah, it's right here.
All right. So today, what would you be riding like as of today?
Got it. 825 Terrier Planet X Seb board, 149 indies. So I guess they're the wider ones, so they fit just flush on the edges. They're the forged hollows. I put the stock bushings back in. 54 Spitfire Classics. Turn the graphic inside just for you.
See, look at that. People are going to be happy you did that, Mitch.
Shout out Crush Skate Shop. Bones, bearings, and the wheels, always. Swiss. Damaged clothing. Yeah, and then just bronze hardware. Oh, and then I broke Yes. Yeah, these are inch. I couldn't find 7/8, but does the job. And then the only other thing is I broke my rule. I broke my all black grip tape rule because it's all I could find. Just a small Shake Gent logo on either side. But I just got a bunch of the black onyx grip that they have out now, which is like just plain black, like there's no logos on it. So every board from here on out will be that. I figured this was small enough that I could kind of ignore it. But yeah, the graphic on the grip tape is rough. I'm not a fan. Since I hung out with Shane and did all that stuff, I've been running Shake Jump stuff. So, but yeah, 14 and a quarter wheelbase on the A25.
And it's a generator board, right?
Yep, generator board. Not too steep, not too flat. It's like right in the middle. Like the kicks aren't too crazy. Shields off the bearings. Nice and loud. So yeah, not too much madness. Trucks are pretty new, so I'm still breaking them in, but I'm starting to get that crook groove.
And you're sold on the indies right now?
For right now, yeah. Like, who knows what'll happen when it gets nice out and I think about going back to ventures. But for right now, like, the turning feels good. All the way it grinds feels great. The height doesn't bother me. So, yeah, I'm pretty content with it right now.
Awesome.
How about you? What are you running now?
What do I have? So I haven't skated in 2 weeks due to COVID and vacation and snow. So I have I'm very Indiana today, Mitch. So I have a Nile Lovett board.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the best.
Nile listens, he's sick.
Yeah, this is an 8, and it's a generator. I'll tell you a story behind this of why I guessed that this was going to be a generator, because a lot of the Chapman boards are clutch. If I have 5.2 low, they look familiar to you, right, Mitch?
Yeah, of course.
5.2 low.
Jaws trucks.
Premier Ventures. Yeah, and these are what are these? The hollow. It's hollow forged, hollow kingpin, hollow axle. What are these?
Yeah,
I should know this stuff.
Hollows.
Yeah. So I got those 7/8 bronze hardware. Jessup grip tape. I went back to Jessup grip tape. I was Jessup for my life, and then I went to Mob for a little bit, and I went back to the Jessup. I just think when I do hard flips.
Is your grip tape slice on your tail?
Yeah, I always put it on my tail. You do it on the nose.
Yeah, I do it on the nose. Probably why I have a shittier kickflip than you.
Yeah, but I just remember all the world guys had it on the tail. I'm going to try. I'm not going to find it, but there's this one photo of Kareem Campbell doing like I think he's doing just a kickflip, like on a bank. And it says world on his grip, and it has it on the tail. Yeah. I got 52 millimeter X99 V1 Bones wheels.
Vert wheels for you.
Yeah. And I got used to it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick with it. Like, I tried it, and I was like, this isn't too bad, and I love the wheels, so I'm totally good. What size are your wheels?
54.
51? 54.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I can...
When I put the taller indies on, I went bigger wheels, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this I got used to it. My trucks are tight already, so I don't really get wheel bite. I didn't have bad wheel bite, so I was like, all right, this is cool. I got into the generator boards because of that Shane board you have. And it was super weird. So I had it, and I was like, all right. And I asked Angel to send me the flattest one he had. Because I was like, this board just looks cool. I want to ride it. He sent me the flattest one he had. I left it under, the car upside down for a little bit to flatten it out some more for a couple hours. I had Thunders on it because I thought that would bring the 14 and a quarter wheelbase in. Because this has a 14 and a quarter wheelbase also. So I thought it would bring the wheelbase in, and I'd like it, and I hated it. And I was like, I hate this board. So I unhooked it after like a day of nothing. Like, I was just miserable. And then I was like, man, I really want to ride this thing again. It's a cool board. And I set it up again with Ventures, and I really thought I was going to hate it. And I actually liked it a lot with the Ventures, even though that pushes the wheelbase out. And I loved it. I've set that board up 3 different times now. And I was just kind of like, all right, I'm going to get a new board. But it got me into the generator wood, which was a big jump for me because that opens up a lot of windows of like actually getting stuff I think is cool to ride.
Yeah, because so many people use it.
Yeah. So it's really cool.
Yeah, I went to a shop the other day and they had one of the Shane boards left, so I bought it off their wall. I'm like, I'm just buying it back from you just because I wanted to ride one again.
Yeah, it's the coolest graphic. I love that board. And when I got this, I ordered this from Minus in Indiana. And
sick.
Yeah, they had a thing. It was like a 2-pack. It was like a Nile Lovett. So they had this board and another board. And I was in my head, I'm thinking like maybe these are generator boards and they're from Nile's stash. Because I know if you're on Theories, you get generator boards. And I was like, maybe they're from his stash. And he gave them like, here's my first boards, hold them. And they were both generator boards. But Nick over there said that when they get their Theories boards, a lot of them are generator, which I thought was weird because that doesn't happen out here.
Yeah, because all the ones out here are clutch, right?
Yeah. Which I got to go. I'm going to start looking, but yeah. But I was like, awesome. This is great that these are, this was perfect. So Nile's super sick. County Line just came out. That was awesome video. Did you watch it? Did you see it yet?
Yeah.
Super sick. Came with a cool book and everything. But I was super hyped. But yeah, so this one, and this one was super mellow kicked. Looks steep right now, but I didn't even sit this one under the car, but I haven't skated it yet. And I'm a little nervous because I haven't skated in about 2 weeks. Like, should be able to skate this weekend. So I have the go-to, the Old Faithful flight board, which is like super mellow. So I have this set up. I have a Philly sticker job on it, Mitch.
I was gonna say, Sabo everywhere.
And I also got, thanks to Raphael Cintron, came through. I have a set of Indy Lows 139 that I'm going to put on this. I'm going to try it out.
How do the bushings look?
One of them looks good. And one of them, this is the shittier one. One of them looks like it doesn't meet the truck. Weird. And this one looks fun. But yeah, he said he found these. Like they were in the bottom of a bowl. And they had mini logo wheels. But they're like, yeah. I was like, holy shit, they're like brand new. I remember loving these trucks. So I'm excited to just try them. I want to get some, give some feedback on these.
Guys, you should bring these back instead of cutting the mid.
Yeah. And I'm always going to feel better on Ventures, but I'm like super excited to see, just how these work. Because I think I haven't had them in a while. I remember loving them. And I think, such a ass way to measure. But I don't. Yeah, they're about the same height. It's might even be a tad lower, but like
it's crazy
I feel
to think
better
they're
with Venture,
lower than Venture lows.
Yeah, Tensors would, but they're low. So I'm curious. I don't know. I might just get wheel bite every 2 seconds and hate them. It's totally possible, but
yeah, it was so long ago. I don't remember, but I do remember skating them a lot.
Yeah, I had them too. I remember, and I don't remember being like I'd get Ventures, but I wasn't like Ventures are the best because I'd get Thunders sometimes, and I go to Venture. Like I didn't care as much then, I just knew they had to be low. Like never touched Indies, and then when Indies made the low, I remember getting the Indy lows, and I had Costin ones. And I hated that they were.
Because it was like kind of his thing when it came out.
Yeah, I think they did him and Reynolds. I think they gave lows, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but I think it was like Costin got on, and then they like started promoting it as like something he helped them design.
Yeah, and I remember hating that it was his truck, and I scratched his name off, and I was like so pissed. But yeah, I'm curious. They're made in the USA, which was kind of cool. Not that I care that
Oh, they
much
go
about
that far back.
Yeah.
Oh, it was still like Ermico or whatever.
USA on there. Yeah, I was excited.
Yeah, now
they
there's
came
just
in
a
the mail.
spot in the base plate where it should say USA and it doesn't say anything.
It says nothing. So funny. But I'm excited to try them. I'll bring both boards with me. But yeah, I guess that's our.
I was doing that for a little bit. I was like running 2 setups and like keeping the venture set up on another board and like trying to like make it work, but I can't. I have to just stick to one or it drives me crazy. Like I can't hop back and forth because it just, I don't know, it feels like a waste. Because I'll never commit to the new one if the other one's still there.
It's like a crutch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, oh, I haven't skated in 2 weeks. If I ride this flight board, I'm gonna love it. But I was like, on the other hand, I am thinking too. Like, I got used to the other board. Like a more normal board and has a bigger nose and it's better for nose slides and the conundrum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Now you got me thinking I should just take the other board out and do that.
It's so funny because it's all that bullshit madness of like, it could function exactly the same, but it's just in your head. It's like, nope, everything's different.
Yeah. No, it's totally true. Like, I never would have thought, like, I'd be like, oh, generator boards, those are great. Like, I always was like, they're too steep and they suck. And now it's like, wow, I'm sold on these. Because I had a couple. I had the Shane board. I got a sci-fi board I had to leave under my car. But that's like the key for me is parking the car on them for a little bit, the Neen Williams special. And it helps. For me, it mellows that nose out. Leave it like 2-3 hours under there. And it mellows it out. It's a game changer.
Yeah, I don't know. I can ride them stock. It doesn't bother me. But I don't love
baby steps for me, man.
The steep nose and tail that you do.
Yeah, Angel did good. When Angel picked out that the Shane board for me, he was like, "This is the mellowest one," and it was. So, props to Angel. But I was like, "This is so cool! I can just ride so many things that I like think are cooler."
Yeah.
Nothing against Mini Logo and Powell; they're very cool. But
very cool. Or very good
coolest
products.
It's just crazy because they are great products, man. That's what kills me. Like, it's such a cool product, but this graphic is ass.
Yeah, like, this is graphic leaves a little to be desired.
Yeah, it's like a skeleton tugging it. Like, what? I don't get it. But these boards are, if you love mellow boards, these are like, I don't know, amazing. Super hyped.
Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike those boards at all. Like, there's the thinness of them. It's great.
See, but I'm surprised because they're mellow. They're going to start coming out with different concaves, I heard.
It'd be a good idea.
I thought I have a set of these on ice for if I ever go back to 50s.
Oh, the regular, like, SP or STF ones?
Yeah, STF 99s. I like these a lot, actually. I thought they were good. This graphic is horrible.
Oh, is that really bad CJ Collins one?
Yeah, it's so bad. But I think that's the end of the 50s, and then I got a set of these on ice because I love them. This is like, I don't care. Bones, it's not cool, but the wheels are awesome. And
I have these that I was running. Viewed at a it's the
Formula 4.
It's the X99.
Oh,
it's just it's a shop wheel collab, but it's the V3 shape, so it's more conical than what I skate. Like, I skate the V1 if I'm skating Bones wheels.
Oh, are those X97s?
No, these are 99s.
Oh, so those are new.
Yeah, they just got them like a month or two ago.
See, the writing
they may even be sold out already, but
the writing reminds me of the Formula 4. That's why I thought they, with like the black with the ring inside.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they keep doing this. I mean, it's cool that they did a straight up shop collab. Like, it says View right on the side, Baltimore on the bottom.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. And it's a great wheel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not like it's some price point wheel that they're sticking their name on. They're legit, like, good wheel.
Only the best, Mitch.
Is that a Dark Star?
Yeah. Kai Reeler in the house. I think I only have one left. When I send people stuff, I'm like, oh, I throw in a Dark Star wheel, so I only have one left.
You got to keep that one.
Yeah,
best that's not going anywhere. You ever got.
And then, Mitch, I got you on a... Next time I see you, I'll get some 7/8 hardware for you. So, got your back.
Man, I was devastated when I saw Pat posted something about the hardware being all black.
Oh, I thought they just did the bottoms, like the nuts.
No, he said they're doing the bronze bolt still. They're making both.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I think the ones that were all black just had one bronze nut on it. Or all the nuts were bronze?
I don't know. I just saw the new ones there's like an all black pack with no bronze bolt.
Oh, the nuts weren't even colored?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was my bigger concern was like I definitely used that bronze bolt to tell which end of the board is which.
Yeah.
Even with the slice off the nose, it's easier just to know for even for foot placement and stuff. Like I like having it there. Mm-hmm.
I just love having it. It just makes me feel like I have a cool board.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's my favorite. Awesome. So I think, and then you have, like you said, I have stock bushings in mine. You have stock bushings in yours, right? You went back to your original Indy bushings.
Yeah, I had a little bit of madness with it, but the only thing I've heard with these is there's issues with the pivot cups blowing out. And I've already noticed that mine are a little loose. So we'll see what happens, but that's an easy enough fix.
What's the aftermarket pivot cup company that everybody gets?
Oh, I don't know. I was looking up Indy, because Indy makes replacement everything. So I figured I would just get the right ones that are made for that truck. Because sometimes you get ones and they don't fit right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know there's some company somebody was telling me that they make all the aftermarket stuff.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I always just when my Venture ones would blow out, which is pretty rare. I think I only changed them once. I would just go to the shop and get whatever.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that. I remember the only pivot cups I remember having issues with, I had Royal trucks years ago. And I remember the pivot cups were horrible. That was really bad. I haven't had too many pivot cup issues.
Yeah,
I think my trucks are tight.
But I was thinking it's a lot of the way the pivot cup sits in Ventures, where it's right at the front of the, because you're sliding the base plate for if you do I do a shitload of nose slides, so you're always sliding the base plate.
Mm-hmm.
So mine wears down where it's at a point where it's digging into the nose of my board every time. When I take a truck off after I've skated the board, there's a line in my board from where it's worked its way in.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that affects the way the pivot cup goes. There's so much pressure on that part of the board.
Do your Indy... Okay, so the Ventures definitely with the plate, I think I notice it too for slides. It's easier because you hit the plate. How do the Indies compare?
I mean, I don't know how well you can see it in here, but I mean, it's got a ton of slide marks in it. It's got wear on it. I definitely catch myself waxing the base plate once in a while. But it's definitely, I think it sits similar to a Venture. I feel like it's I'm sliding on the, maybe if you look at it this way, you can see where the transition of the nose is versus where the truck sits.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. Tail, it's weird. Maybe it's, and this might be the generator board, but it seems like the tail sits a little bit further up than where the nose does.
That's something I look for in boards, Mitch, especially with the Ventures. I get even more excited. But that if the whole truck sits on the board,
mm-hmm.
There's no gap here, that's a good board. That's a start that I'll like the board because it's mellower. And this one does it on both.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just know you'll lock in better.
Yeah. No, I just think for me it's like not even a lock in, but it just means the board's mellower. Like if it has a lot of kick, it starts to come up,
Oh, yeah, I got you.
and you get that little gap there, and I was like, oh, the board's way too steep for me.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but that's like a thing, and especially with the ventures because the base plate's pushed out further, so they give a better indication. Like I don't think on Thunders that works because the kick's still flat there.
Yeah, and then we heard Ventures playing around with the shape of the base plate, trying something new, like potentially moving the
Yes.
holes up further.
Well, I don't know if it was that or he did that custom.
Yeah, but I think that's something that they're testing
They're
out.
going to work on.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's like
because you can't
it's
use
funny.
a
So now I love it. I was
standard skate tool
messaging
in them.
him. He redrills his wheelbases and everything. He's crazy. Like to make it a under 14 wheelbase.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, he does nose and tail. Which I think that's sick. Like I love that he alters stuff. Like I'm going to alter this to make it better. And I'm just
Hey,
like,
if it works
shit,
for
I just
you,
leave it under the
I'm
cooler.
happy that I can skate stock stuff and feel comfortable.
Yeah, you're super lucky with that. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. Yeah, my flight board here. I don't have anything else like to set up here next to me.
Yeah. You can mention the dead air stickers. If anybody needs some, hit me up. I got some left. Not a ton, but there's a little bit.
Awesome. Yeah, those are great. Maybe we'll make T-shirts one day, Mitch, and really go bankrupt.
Oh man. Leave it in the comments if you'd buy a dead air t-shirt.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Yeah, I'll buy one. I'll buy one. I'll buy one. We make them to sell one.
Oh, dude, I I was just telling somebody that today. He just started a brand, and he's like already complaining that it's like, man, everybody said yeah, and then when I get these, nobody wants to buy them. I'm like, yeah, dude, that's that's how it goes.
Yeah.
One out of every 5 people actually buys when they're like, oh, I need like comment, oh, gotta have it. And then when it comes time to actually spend their money,
like, oh, how do I buy it? The website's there, and then you don't hear from them. They want you to be like, don't worry, I'll give it to you free.
you're like, oh, what's the promo code? No codes.
Yeah.
Support your friends. If your friends are making shit, spend your money on them.
That's it. And if you don't like what they're doing, tell them it sucks and they shouldn't run a brand.
Yeah. Don't guess up stuff that you don't think is cool.
Yeah. Don't set them up to fail.
Yeah. Fake positivity isn't helping anybody when you're losing your shirt making boards.
Yeah. No, that's the truth. All right. Cool.
See, we tried to be positive the whole time and we still end up.
Yeah. I don't think that's unpositive. I think that's real.
Just being real.
Realistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. I guess as far as setups go, so just trying to think if there's anything else like to add to this, but if you had to pick, you go like normally what would be your go-to deck manufacturer? It would be a generator board, like that's where you feel most at home.
Yeah, I mean, I bounce back and forth because I do Terror and Politic, so I have the option of the generator boards or South Central. But I mean, I've pretty much gotten set on riding the generator boards. But it'll be cool. Like now, Politic has boards again, or they will soon. So I'll set one of those up just to switch it up and do something different.
I hated stock South Central boards like with a passion, except for during COVID because they must have been pressing 20 at a time, and there were some mellow ones. But stock South Central boards,
I love them. Like if I could skate DOA boards for the rest of my life, I would.
Yeah, I couldn't, but I was happy during COVID. I could hand pick the flattest of the normal ones, and I was like, oh, I can skate these. These are great. I was super happy. But yeah, the stock South boards are way too steep for me. But I'm happy I can figure out this generator 8 thing and, It's good. I feel like an adult. It's ollies feel better. I'm gonna say that, like my ollies feel better. Um, it feels good. Like I'm like kind of like cool. I've been missing out on this my whole life. So I'm actually 52s. Mitch, if I told you a year ago I would be at 52s on a generator board.
Dude, you
And
talked so much shit about my 52s for the longest time.
Yeah, vert wheels. Now I'm on vert wheels. If they made those X99s in 50 or 51, I would probably definitely go down to those. But 52, yeah, 52, like I did it to try them, and I was like, I felt fine skating them, so I was like, all right, this is cool. I feel like I roll better, and it's only 2 millimeters, and they're going to wear down eventually to back down to 50 anyway, but
yeah,
it was, it's just weird, like, it's like that crutch thing, that, like I said, I have that flight board there, like, I want to hook this up because I feel like it'll be easy, and, one bad day, and I'm going to be like, I'm back to this, so I'm going to stick it out. And
yeah, at least I've been like I've bounced around with sizes in the last few months. Like I was on 8.1s for a little bit when I came back. When I got back to skating, I went straight to an 8.1 because I was like, again, it was that thing where I was running 2 setups before I got hurt, and then it was like I couldn't commit to one. So when I came back, I only set up the 8.1. So I was like, all right, listen, I'm stuck with this. Like I'm just going to run it. I'll make myself learn since I have to relearn all my tricks anyway. I'll relearn them on the 8.1. And then that felt when I switched to the Ventures. When I got rid of the Ventures, I went to an 8.3 with these indies. But I went to an 8.3 toy machine board, the Maldonado one.
Mm-hmm.
And the tail was too short. Like the PS6 shape did not work for me. But the 8.3 was okay, whatever. But I wound up going back to the 8.25. And the 8.25 is just like that stock shape that I know every single one that I pull out of the stack will almost be exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, like if you look through them, yeah, you'll find some that are a little flatter or a little steeper or whatever. But the majority of the time, I can just grab an 825 from our boards and know it'll be what I want to ride. Mm-hmm. So it's just nice to have that consistency.
It's funny you mentioned the tiny tail because I had a Baker board. I saw the video and I was like, I want a Baker board. And what are those, bareback?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the tail, because I guess they get their custom shapes, is what I've learned. You can do custom shapes through bareback instead of just the generator stock stuff. And the tail was too short, and I noticed it. Like, it just felt short, and I didn't like it. So that was short-lived.
Yeah, that one was the Maldonado one was a PS6 board, but it was like, I don't know, it was like too short and it was like stumpy. So like I was trying to like relearn tray flips and I was missing the scoop just because it's like there wasn't enough tail there for me to hit.
Yeah, see, and it's super weird because I'm like, I would always say like, I want a board with a small nose and a small tail, which is this fight board. This is like, if you had me make a shape, this is the shape I would make. It's like stubby. And I do love these, but it's funny because the Generator 8, 14 and a quarter wheelbase, probably 7-inch nose, and, maybe, I don't know if it's 6 5/8, 6 3/4 tail, but everything's longer on it, and I liked it. And I'm like, go figure. I would have totally said I was going to hate this if you told me on paper, like, here's the dimensions, not even worrying about the kick.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And I was like, that's when I was like, all right, this is cool. This feels really good to ride. I'm happy. I feel like I'm looking at a skateboard. Again, with these, not that it isn't. And this is like, if all of a sudden, like that Nile board was on this, I'd be like, oh, this is even better. You know what I mean? Or this is Shane's board on, or a KT guest board on a Powell. I'd be like, I'd be hyped. I'd be like, great, that's even better. And I would drop everything just to go back to it. But
like if Powell hired an outside artist instead of just doing the same.
Yeah, or even just like randomly, like magically something happened and there was like a run of, KT Terror guest boards on a Powell wood with dyed plot. You know what I mean? I'd be like, I would sign up for that in a second. I just know I'd be like super hyped and like it. But the generator boards are working for me. So I want to kind of stick with that. Such a weird balance because it's like I think I'd like the flight better, but I don't want to go back because I kind of should be riding something. They're easier to get, you know.
Yeah, not as expensive.
Yeah, and it's cool to.
I mean, in your case, it's different, but for the average person, those boards are like $100, right?
Yeah, I think $100, and I never see them on sale. So, but it's cool to like, oh, Angel's cool. Angel's an awesome skater. Like, I want to ride it. You know, if I want to ride a terror board, like that was cool, and I was able to, and I was super hyped on it. So, you know, I don't know. I'm happy with it.
But, yeah, for sure.
Cool. Well, I guess everybody can leave. Yeah, these people should all leave their setups in the comments so we can go over that. You know, see what everybody's riding out there. How many Pat Duffy Plan B boards with 58 millimeter Spitfires.
Yeah, get your thief trucks out here.
Yeah, I want to see it in the comments. All right, cool. So we'll be back, and then I think also at the end of this week we're going to be recording a new Transworld, so that'll be out soon too. As long as Blair doesn't fire me. Might be solo, Mitch. You might be you and Blair after he fires me for not knowing the feedback lineup.
I couldn't tell you who else is in that video.
Van
besides
England.
the Dylan Abe section.
Yeah. That's all I know.
Is Muska's Arto and that's got the Arto and Jeff section too.
And Muska, right?
Oh yeah, the Muska feedback part. Yeah. The part.
There we go. We saved our jobs.
But yo, you gotta break out and I gotta break out. World for life.